Hi ladies, welcome back to Her Poison Pen. This is a safe place to explore and enjoy dark fiction created for, by, and about women. In our last episode, Lacy Underwear and Serial Killers, author Amanda Symes discussed her work and how people react to her when they learn she's a horror writer. Amanda shared how people give her a funny look when she tells them about her short stories, and how they back away just a little bit. But she went on to say that after chatting with them for a while, and I'm guessing that they realize she's not a threat, that almost everyone tells her they have a ghost story. Now, many people don't want to talk about their strange, unexplainable experiences because they're afraid of being teased or shunned. And the same is true for readers and viewers of dark fiction. Women are the major consumers of horror and thriller novels. One estimate puts these percentages as high as 80%. However, these readers are often reluctant to admit their favorite genre until they sense that it's okay to read the scary stuff. In addition to making up the largest reading audience of dark fiction, including horror, thriller, suspense, mystery, and dark erotica, women are also the largest listening audience of true crime podcasts. A natural question then is, why are so many women interested in the many genres under the umbrella of dark fiction? Let's take a look at some of the reasons that this popular literary landscape is so popular with female consumers. Very real world issues like power imbalances, societal controls, loss of identity, inequality, gaslighting, and physical violence are issues that haunt women in ways that men don't experience. By looking at these issues through storylines of trauma, fear, confusion, death, and rebirth, women can see their own issues played out in ways that offer a release, a calm, and in some cases, clarity. In her 2022 essay featured in Book Riot, writer Alice Nuttall suggested that female readers are attracted to dark fiction because the world is a dark place where women often have to fight for retribution and self-determination. Haley Piper wrote an essay titled The Giant Footprint of Horror for a great anthology. It's called Why I Love Horror, edited by Becky, Siegel, Spratford. Piper wrote about monsters as tragic beings, and as a queer woman who was consistently considered an outsider as a child, she felt a genuine kinship with those monsters who were also outsiders. With her work firmly grounded in the Black experience, writer T. Due notes that despite the common tropes assigned to Black characters, we'll talk about those in other episodes, for many Black families, horror serves as a balm to soothe the trauma of being outsiders, even in their own country. Thrillers and mysteries were once the domain of male readers and writers, but they now feature complex female characters with both emotional resilience and psychological depth. Women are no longer portrayed as just pretty or helpless side characters, but instead they are shown in positions of power, fighting against the injustices of the male-dominated society. The theme of empowerment at the heart of so many contemporary thrillers and modern mysteries attracts female readers because they can see themselves in those roles and they can feel empowered by those stories. Psychological suspense, my favorite genre, holds a particular appeal for female readers because the genre explores not only external issues like abuse of power and physical or financial manipulation, but it also dives into the internal trauma resulting from abuse, as well as from the strength necessary to change from a helpless character to a strong, capable, independent being. So, dark fiction serves female audiences by providing a focus on real-world issues with an escape valve. We can't turn off the horrible things happening in our world today, the mass shootings, the violent separations of family members, the racist and sexist violence and language, and the enormous cases of inequality happening in every sector of our society. But we can examine these issues as the monsters they are, and we can identify with female characters for whom these and so many other issues are weapons that terrorize and traumatize. And through the examination of our fears, we can face them and we can become stronger. Dark fiction gives female readers and viewers a safe place to explore vulnerabilities, express rage and aggression, and feel triumphant at justice served and weakness turned to strength. And of course, let's not forget that well-written works of dark fiction for and about troubled and powerful women offer not only food for thought and psychological release, but they provide pure entertainment as well. Dark fiction can be frightening, evocative, mysterious, enchanting, and even funny. An extremely well-written piece can do all of these things while exploring the traumas held deep in the reader's psyche. Today, on this dark moon, I want to share the work of an author whose writing does precisely that, blends all of those elements beautifully. Her name is Samantha Downing. I discovered Samantha Downing's work when I stumbled on the psychologically rich, gut-splitting, funny book, Too Old for This. Great cover as well. The cover notes begin this way. A retired serial killer's quiet life is upended by an unexpected visitor. To protect her secret, there's only one option left. What's another murder? Now, if that doesn't hook you, hold on, because you're about to be sucked into a story so compelling you won't get any sleep for days. I read this novel in 2 settings, pausing only because my eyes gave out after the first session. The hero, let's put that in quotes, is an elderly woman named Lottie Jones who wants nothing more exciting in her life than gossiping with her friends and playing bingo at the local church. But her former life as a serial killer returns to haunt her, and soon she must retire from retirement and get back into the killing game. Some of the murders in this novel are gruesome enough to give you the willies, while at the same time, the narrator's prattle will have you laughing out loud. I don't want to give any spoiler alerts or ruin the story by giving away too much, but I do want to share what I treasure most about Samantha Downing's writing. Downing doesn't just entertain the reader. She also delves into the internal pain and half-buried trauma that propel her protagonist, Lottie Jones, to kill. Lottie has a grown son, and some of what she does is to protect his feelings even at the cost of her own. She's clever, she's a good planner, and though she's a petite older woman, she sucks down enough ibuprofen and coffee to fuel the physical strength she needs to carry out her gruesome work. I understood Lottie, and I cared about her, even when she was disposing of body parts in the fireplace in her living room. Oops, sorry, I said no spoiler alerts. But After turning the last page, I sat long enough to let this story and this flawed but powerful character sink deep into my bones. And then I went directly to my computer and ordered 3 more novels by Samantha Downing. For Your Own Good, My Lovely Wife, and A Twisted Love Story. Downing's stories are dark and entertaining. They're gruesome and they're funny. Best of all, Downing travels into the psychological caves where her characters hide their traumas, their fears, and their secrets. I can't wait for her next book. And can you tell that I'm Samantha Downing's #1 fan? Okay, the moon begins to wax. Soon it will pour over the desk, over the bookshelves, over senior death behind me. I need to prepare our next episode and our next conversation with an amazing female writer. So I'll close. But until we meet again, please put words on paper and stay witchy.